You feel it, don't you? That restless pulse beneath the roar of Detroit, the crackling electricity in the chill night air just outside Ford Field. Like the city itself is holding its breath, every streetlight flickering as if to say, asterisk something is coming. Asterisk for decades. We've worn this blue and silver like a second skin, carrying scars as fresh as yesterday's mischance and as old as that soul-crushing 0 to 16. And yet here we are again, hearts thudding louder than the Sunday crowd. Because deep down, we know this isn't just another preseason shuffle. There's a shift stirring, a palpable surge beneath the surface, ready to break the dam of disappointment we've all lived through. If you stood in the biting cold next to me, tailgate warming your hands, watching our lines bleed but roar, drop a roar in the comments right now. This isn't just football. This is Detroit's grit and grind thrown into sharp relief. We fought through Barry's silence after every electrifying run, lived through Calvin Johnson's final bow while clutching at what could have been, and swallowed Jim Caldwell's firing like a bitter pill meant to teach us resilience. Our story, it's raw, it's brutal, but it's ours. And now, right now, there's a tension thick enough to slice through. Behind closed doors, the talk has morphed into something almost reverent, voices dip into whispers in Allen Parks. Hallways where hope and anxiety dance the same dark tango. Insiders lean in. Hands betray nervous energy as they wipe sweat away despite the fall chill. The rivals? They're watching us like hawks eyeing prey, knowing something's about to shake this fragile peace. Detroit, for all its history of heartbreak, feels it knows this is bigger than any off-season shuffle or preseason trial. So here it is. The name breathing fire into that restless fan base. The pivot point dangling on the edge of a comeback narrative. So Detroit it hurts. Hendon Hooker. Friday night, against the Falcons in preseason's glow, will mark his first official shot at the starting quarterback role. You heard the chatter. The murmurs. Hooker stepped in last week. Didn't have the smoothest ride, sure. 3 completions on 6 attempts, just 18 yards, an interception that stingily clutched away what might have been his brightest moment. But the real story? That's not the whole truth. Coach Dan Campbell, a man forged in the crucible of Lions War, sees Hooker differently. He talks execution, command, grit in the trenches, qualities that in Detroit aren't just nice to have. They're survival. The patience, the grind, the need for small victories, as Campbell put it, echo the very fight this city. And franchise and body, Hooker is no rookie to the grind. He's coachable, hungry, locked in, and as our insiders say, the backup job, it's his to lose. Kyle Allen might claw and scrap, but unless the impossible happens, Detroit's future is tilting toward a QB with fire in his eyes and lion's heart. We all remember the ghosts that haunt this franchise. The weight of that 0 to 16 season still pressing down on our souls. Dan Orlovsky's improbable moments of safety. Calvin's forced retirement leaving a giant shadow. And those playoff heartaches that cut deeper than any blade. Last season's playoff push felt like a promise almost kept, like standing at the edge of a new dawn, only for the sun to retreat. But what if this moment with Hooker is the hinge? The fulcrum where Detroit stops circling in frustration and starts charging? What if this isn't just a preseason debut, but the spark that ignites the whole building? Imagine the ripple through the NFC North. What if this gamble on a young quarterback with something to prove is the trick that knocks the whole division off balance? What if this really is our shot before the window slams shut, before the ghosts of past failures close it for good? And what if Hendon Hooker isn't just another name on a depth chart, but the thunderclap that heralds a new era? Because let me tell you, this feels like the first domino ready to fall. And if this domino falls, you won't believe who's next. So stay with me. Watch the Falcons, watch Hooker. Feel every second like it's the heartbeat of Detroit itself. The ice is cracking. The storm is building. And this city? We're not just watching history. We're making it. Shatter the silence. Detroit, this is the storm we've all been waiting for. You feel it thunder beneath our feet. That seismic tremor that screams we're on the cusp of something monumental, something that could finally break the chains of heartbreak that have shackled us for decades. From the ashes of 0 to 16 and that brutal season when Dan Orlovsky's safety still haunts nightmares, to the towering shadow of Calvin Johnson's farewell, each scar, each heartbreak fuels this relentless hunger. This city's soul bleeds blue like the gritty in itself, and we've carried this weight, this 1,000-yard stare into the abyss, wondering if we'd ever see daylight again. But I swear I see it now, like cracks forming in the concrete. Evidence of a new dawn just beyond that horizon. The whispers inside Allen Park are electric coaches' eyes bloodshot, players clenching fists, front office eyes narrowing with respect and uncertainty. This is what legends are made of. This raw moment where destiny hangs heavy and the stakes are more vital than ever. NFC North rivals watch nervously Green Bay, Chicago, Minnesota. They're trembling because they see the storm gathering, and we're the eye in the hurricane. This isn't just preseason chatter. This is history in the making, a blueprint, rewritten by grit, sacrifice, and the courage of a franchise refusing to die. And standing at the heart of it, Hendon Hooker, our wild card, our spark plug with lightning in his veins. You know the story last week's rough start. 3 incomplete passes. That interception that made every fan clutch their gut. It's the tape of a kid fighting the weight of a city's expectations. But that's not who he is. No, what we see behind those eyes is fire that Dan Campbell and his core see too. They're not blindly tossing the rookie into the abyss. They're testing the limits of belief, betting on the grit, the leadership, the indomitable spirit that made Detroit famous. They see the potential. This isn't just a competition for a starting spot. It's a battle for the future of the franchise, a war between doubt and conviction. The ghosts of past seasons are prowling those gut-wrenching playoff collapses. That false promise last year when everything aligned just long enough to rip our hearts out again. But this year feels different. It's the first time in forever that I can feel it. This is more than just hope. It's a reckoning. Our history is littered with what if Calvin had stayed? What if Barry had never left? The memories burn deep, those heartbreaking Monday mornings defending a team that always seemed just out of reach. But now, we're staring down the abyss and daring it to hold us back. Could Hooker be the one to lift us over the edge, to turn the page from tragedy to triumph? The NFL's ultimate gamble is unfolding in real time, and Detroit, we're front and center, gripping the steering wheel as the car hurtles toward destiny. The NFC North trembles because they know this isn't just about a quarterback. It's about the rebirth of a city that refuses to stay down, that fights every single day for its shot at greatness. The question burning in every lion's roar, every deep trembling breath. Is this the dawn we've waited for, or just another cruel tease? Another chapter of heartbreak in the story of Detroit. As Hooker stands on the precipice of history, eyes blazing, the stadium hushed, the entire city holding its breath ready to explode. Or to witness the next heartbreak, who's got the guts to believe this is the start of something legendary? Or will the ghost strike again, whispering that this is just another false alarm? Just another game in a long line of Detroit disappointments. One thing I know for sure, the storm is brewing, and the world better be ready, because when it hits, it won't just be a roar. It'll be an earthquake, and Detroit will be the epicenter.